ጤና ይስጥልን። Honorable speakers, African Union Commission commissioners, former African heads of state and government, families of late leaders, African prospect leaders, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. It brings me joy to address you this afternoon because meeting young African leaders gives me big hope for this continent and for upcoming generation. Young African leaders, Africa's journey to prosperity is inevitable. Many things are working in Africa's favor. By 2030, 40% of global youth will be African. The next generation of African and global leaders is sitting among us, you and you. Africa's economic growth rate has ticked upward since the dawn of the new millennium. We are leapfrogging into the future at an accelerating rate. Startups, creative individuals, and innovations are flourishing in Africa. Technologies from Africa are spreading across the continent and beyond, tackling some of the continent's biggest challenges with homegrown technologies. Africa is embracing the fourth industrial revolution. We recently held the Pan-African Artificial Intelligence Conference and developed strategies for achieving sustainable development through harnessing the power of emerging technologies. Continuing the favorable economic trajectory requires structural transformation of our economies. Diversifying production, increasing trade and competitiveness, and shifting from our role as producer of raw materials to higher value-added production by accelerating industrialization will create prosperous nations. African resources are abundant. We hold a considerable proportion of the world's natural resources, both renewable and non-renewable. Our assets are more than our liabilities. However, our economic sovereignty has been caught in a vicious cycle of lack, and our state autonomy has been vulnerable to interference. Lack of care, malnutrition, and unemployment have been challenging for years. We need to be innovative and skilled in meeting globalization challenges. African governments are charting development pathways. For instance, Ethiopia reduced poverty, increased literacy, and now has started paving the way to ensure food sovereignty. Through Green Legacy, Ethiopia is pursuing self-reliance and green diplomacy. Green Legacy focuses on boosting afforestation, sequestering carbon from the atmosphere, improving the livelihoods of citizens, and promoting green behavior. I invite you all to work together to forge a new system of green development and green behavior. Green is not only beautiful, but also grounded and stable. We need grounded leaders and a stable system in our continent, Africa. Another self-reliance initiative we are pursuing is our wheat production program. As a result, the country is on track to begin exporting wheat to our neighbors. Young leaders, I dare you to reimagine your future, our future, Africa's future. Reimagine our future by shaping how the world perceives Africa. World views are a driver for transformation and prosperity. What we speak to Africa echoes back. Let us no longer talk of deprivation and lack, but abundance, success, and hope. Radiating a positive energy is very important for upcoming generation. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let's claim our achievements. We see many young African entrepreneurs creating transformative solutions and continuing to be innovative in crucial sectors relevant to our continent. We need to nurture innovation and support innovators. Ethiopia has just inaugurated the first talent school to train young people on how to create, run, and manage businesses so that their creativity and efforts will bear fruit that will not only improve their lives but also benefit the entire region's economic gains. After all, education's utility is to anticipate and solve legitimate dilemmas on the ground and thus build the skills beyond the classroom. Skills development is essential for increased productivity, inclusive economic growth, and poverty reduction. Innovation is a core tenet in Ethiopia. We have recently inaugurated the first science museum, where more than 500,000 visitors were awed and inspired by science. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as Africans, we must stay on the path that our forefathers paved. Remarkable Pan-Africanists founded the OAU in 1963 to promote unity and solidarity amongst African states, enable development and safeguard our continent's sovereignty and territorial integrity. This is an important reminder for you to be able to carry on the responsibilities set by the African Union Agenda 2063. I want to assure you that Ethiopia is highly committed to working with the African Union to implement the Youth Summit decisions. I warmly congratulate former leaders and families of the founders of the OAU for the well-deserved special award. Thank you for coming home. Thank you for coming home to inaugurate the first African Youth Leaders Conference. I declare the first African Youth Leaders Summit officially closed. I thank you and God bless you all. Thank you very much.